If you are building or renovating, then taking action on what you learn in this short training video will be the most valuable thing you do for years. That's a big statement, but I can say that because it will help you avoid the number one most costly mistake people make when doing a building project. Have you ever heard the term on time and on budget? If not, this concept is an important one. On time and on budget is a term used in all big projects, from the construction of bridges, roads, and high-rise buildings. All projects are trying to meet their target. The term refers to completing a project within the planned time frame and within the planned budget. Many times this does not happen, and for you, this is bad news. There are many reasons projects might not come in on time and on budget, but by far the number one reason is lack of planning in the early phases. Here's the thing. At some point during your building project, you are going to discover a way to make your project better. This is a given. It always happens. It could be a design change. It could be a window or door in a better place. It could be the layout of the room. It might be a design that saves you money or dramatically improves the livability of the spaces. But sooner or later, you're going to want to make a change. And when shortcuts are taken early on and people rush into the design phase, then people do not discover all the options they had or what they really wanted until the concrete has already been poured. Without getting a full pre-design review conducted before the builder gets on site, homeowners regularly shortchange their design. Late discovery of your real needs or options leaves you crying, "If only I had known." That is why we created the pre-design review. There are 5 phases during a project when changes can be made: pre-design review, conceptual design, building documents or working drawings, bidding and negotiation, and construction phase. If you discover better options early, then you can make the changes effortlessly. Make your discoveries late, and you will pay exponentially more, or worse, live in a house where you've settled for the lesser option. Here in this chart, it shows how costs change the later you make the changes. And as you can see, the lowest is at the pre-design review. The most expensive is during the construction phase. A picture is worth 1,000 words. With pre-design review, you will never have to utter those tragic words, "If only I had known." Take a look at this graph. Time is on the bottom, on the x-axis. As time progresses, the opportunity to make changes decreases. This is common sense. It is a lot easier to change the location of a concrete footing before it has been placed in the ground. Now this graph represents relative cost to make a change. As you can see, as time progresses, changes get increasingly more expensive. The best time to make a change is at the beginning of the project. This is why a thorough needs and options review, or pre-design review, should be your first step. As Abraham Lincoln said, "If I had 9 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 6 sharpening my axe." Old Abe Lincoln understood that proper preparation early on can save a lot of time and effort in the long run. Or to put it in more modern terms, measure twice, cut once. When we overlay these 2 charts, you can see at the beginning of the project, the opportunity to make change is greatest. The cost to make those changes is least. It is at this point that we want to, in the process, that we want to thoroughly explore all the options. This is why a proper pre-design review saves time and money. You may be asking, do I need a pre-design review? Here's a quick test to find out. Take out a pen and paper and give yourself a score for each of the following questions. Out of 10, how clear are you on exactly what you need? Out of 10, how aware are you of all the various options your site will accommodate? Out of 10, how confident are you that you are aware of all the legal and planning requirements? Out of 10, how aware are you of the process you will need to have in place to get the project completed on time and on budget? Out of 10, how confident are you that your budget will achieve your needs? Don't worry about not being able to answer these questions yet. The pre-design review will allow us to fill in the gaps and get you ready to move to the design phase. The first step you will need to complete is the pre-design review. We designed this process a few years ago because we saw a huge issue in the construction industry of people starting design and construction before they had fully done their research and homework. We would see many projects going over time and over budget. The consequence of inadequate upfront research of a pre-design review is like building a house on a bad foundation. The foundations are the most important part of the house because everything is built on top of it. It is very expensive to change the foundation once you have started to build on top of them. But it is very easy to change them if they are simply lines on a plan. This makes us different. We spend more time on research than most other firms who rush their clients into the design phase. We take a different approach. In fact, we will only work with clients who are prepared to do a pre-design review properly. We will not rush this step. It only causes cost overruns later if we take shortcuts and don't establish a solid foundation. The pre-design review is the most important step because it lays the foundation for a successful project. Once complete, the valuable insights you gain from this first phase can be used by us or any other architect and will ultimately produce a better result for you. Can I save money by not paying for a pre-design review? Sure, you could skip this step or meet with someone who gives you a few ideas for free before rushing you into the design phase. But the real answer is not investing the time for a full pre-design review can be the most expensive decision you make during your project. The most cost-effective time to discover all your options is now. To book your pre-design review, complete the form below. Someone from our office will contact you shortly to schedule a suitable time. Thank you for watching this brief training video. We look forward to working with you soon. Complete the form below now to book your pre-design review.